Alright, working some hops with hips rotation on this one. So you can see that I'm using my hands to assist me in order to get that rotation from the hips to the torso. Stay nice and light on your toes. Your turn. Mountain climber from a prone floor position for this one. So you notice that I'm nice and light on my toes. The front foot doesn't touch the floor at all, okay? All your weight is on 3 points, your back foot as well as your two hands. Try and maintain your height as well as you can, and just nice lengthy mountain climbers for this one. Your turn. Working some side knee drops for this one. So you can see that I'm starting off with my feet in a tabletop position, trying to keep the knees and ankles together as much as I can. And I've got some T's going with my arms so that it can support me and prevent me from tipping over. You want to try and get to the edges as much as you can without tipping. Your turn to try this one. Side knee raise from a 3 points position, or a doggy knee raise if you like for this one. You can see that I'm working a good range of movement with this one, and I'm pulling my knees and my ankles out as well, and really trying to hit the abductors and the outer glutes as well. Got to make sure you keep your hips nice and square for this one. Let's hit one side and then change over and do the other side as well. Okay, working some squats with an abduction for this one. So we're just alternating the abductions, one leg and then the other, and just in between them, we're putting in some nice, deep, slow squats. Make sure you maintain your back through the exercise and make sure you don't let your knees hyperflex. Try and get down so that your thigh bone's horizontal when you do your squat, and then stand back up and go into the abduction. Your turn. Windscreen wiper from a supine position for this one. So you can see I've got my arms out in the T to give me that added bit of support so I can push on the floor to assist the movement. And then it's just a matter of straight legs going all the way to the left and coming up and going to the right as well. Just keep alternating these until the end of the set. Your turn. Side bend from a side plank position. Now, a couple of ways of doing this. You could do this with your feet stacked together, but if you have some trouble with your ankle or you don't want to put pressure on your ankles, then you could do it the way I'm doing it, with your top foot in front of the back foot. We're going to drop the hip down until it's virtually on the ground, and then we're going to lift straight back up as high as you can with it. Your turn. Breakdancer plank for this exercise. So you can see I'm starting from a prone plank position, and then what I'm doing is I'm stepping outside of one elbow and then going feet together and going back to my prone position. And then I'm alternating and hitting the other side as well. We're going to keep changing between lefts and rights for this exercise. Your turn to try it. obliques tilt from a supine position for this one. So knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor, and all we're trying to do from here is you're trying to reach your elbow to your hip bone. So it's a crunch to the side, and then we're going to center ourselves and then go again. Your turn to try it. Working some prone X crunches from a plank position. So all I'm doing is I'm basically connecting opposite knee and opposite elbow together while trying to balance in my plank position. Your turn to try this one. A supine version of the stir the pot for this exercise. So very similar to the one that you do with your suspension cables. What we're doing here is we've got our arms extended by our sides, and we're just making sure that our shoulder blades are lifted. We're extending and tucking in a circular motion and changing directions every 5 repetitions. Your turn to try this one. Side plank for this one. So you could do this the traditional way with both your feet stacked together, or you could do it the way I'm doing it with your top foot in front. Now you want to make sure that you're holding a straight line from your ankle all the way to your shoulder. So watch for that and don't allow your hips to dip down. Make sure your shoulder's comfortable underneath you and that you're holding a vertical line with your arm. Your turn. X crunches for this exercise. So basically, it's just a reach with your hands to the opposite knee. So we're going to get that torso rotation happening. You've got to make sure that your lower back stays on the floor. We're lifting the shoulder blades and just crunching at an angle. Your turn to try this one. Renegade Rotation. This is one of my favorite plank exercises. So you've got all of your weight steady on one arm and both your feet, and then with the opposite arm we're going to rotate and try and get your shoulder all the way down to the floor and then back all the way up with your arm pointing up in the air. We're going to do this off both sides. Your turn. Torso and knee drop for this one. So you can see I'm starting at a tabletop and then I'm rolling from side to side. Now I'm allowing my arms to support me. It's hitting the floor. I'm rolling right over until my hands touch each other and my knees are on the floor, and then I'm rolling back to the other side. Your turn to try this one. Lateral reach from a plank for this exercise. So all I'm doing is I'm shifting my weight from one elbow to the other and using the opposite hand to reach out with a straight arm perpendicular to your body. I'm just alternating from left to right and just making sure you're keeping that straight line from your ankle all the way to your shoulder. Your turn to try this one. Let's all run on the spot with high knees for the next 30 seconds. Your turn. Working some mini sprint steps using your favorite leg for the next 30 seconds. Your turn. Getting into some rotating chops for the next 45 seconds. Your turn to have a go. Let's hop into some in and out squats for the next 30 seconds. Your turn. Half burpee for this exercise. Now this is a nice low impact version of a burpee and it's much easier. Basically all we're doing is we're dropping down. There's no push-up component and there's also no jump at the end of it. So we're taking the joint impact away from this exercise. So just drop down, get into that prone position and then get straight back up and start from the beginning. Your turn to try this one. Side step wide squats for this exercise. So we're going to drop down into a squat height and we just want to try and maintain an upright posture as much as we can. And then all we're doing is stepping to the side. Step once to the left, bring your feet together, and then go to the right and bring your feet together as well. You can see my squats are fairly lengthy strides that I'm taking with these, so you guys make sure you do the same thing. Rookie push-up for this exercise. So rather than doing your push-up from your feet, we're just going to do it from our knees. Now, very important with this one, you've got to maintain a straight line from your shoulder to your knee. Where people go wrong with this one is they lift their bum and it takes away the core engagement. So we want to make sure that we're not doing that. Because you're on your knees and it's a fairly easy push-up, let's try and make it nice and deep. Let's go down all the way and come straight back up. Your turn to try this one.
Well done for finishing your workout, guys. Please take a few minutes to stretch and cool your body down now.
If you enjoyed this workout segment, please assist us by liking and sharing. Remember to subscribe for your daily workout fix.